Rigger Training Stage 1 and 2 course. This course will provide a comprehensive overview of the essential responsibilities and skills required for effective rigging and lifting operations. Participants will learn the industry regulations, common hazards, and best practices to ensure safe and efficient work on the job site. Course Overview. 1. Comprehensive Program. This course provides comprehensive training in foundational rigging techniques, equipment usage, safety procedures, load calculations, sling hitches, and proper rigging inspection. 2. Target Audience. This course is for new individuals in the rigging industry, including entry-level riggers, construction workers, equipment operators, and those seeking fundamental rigging skills. 3. Accreditations. Conducted in accordance with API, RP2D guidelines. Responsibilities of a rigger. 1. Inspecting and preparing loads that need to be moved. 2. Setting, aligning, and leveling heavy equipment machinery. 3. Selecting the appropriate rigging gear. 4. Preparing rigging equipment including beams, pulleys, clamps, and bolts. 5. Inspecting rigging before final use. 6. Monitoring and maintaining rigging equipment. 7. Maneuvering loads using heavy equipment machinery and by hand. 8. Ensuring compliance with state and company safety procedures. 9. Communicating with the rigging and construction team. 10. Breaking down rigging equipment and conducting post-rigging inspections. Lifting operations and lifting equipment regulations. LOLER. The Lifting Operations and Lifting Equipment Regulations, LOLER, outline the legal requirements for the safe use of lifting equipment. Inspections. LOLER mandates regular inspections and maintenance of all lifting equipment to ensure its safe operation. Competence. LOLER requires that only trained and competent personnel be involved in lifting operations. Planning. Detailed lift plans and risk assessments must be developed and followed for every lifting activity. Typical hazards in rigging and lifting activities. Overloading. Exceeding the weight capacity of the equipment can lead to catastrophic failure and serious injuries. Falling objects. Poorly secured loads can shift or fall, posing a threat to workers and nearby structures. Entanglement. Workers can become entangled in slings, chains, or other moving parts, leading to severe injuries. Electrocution. Contact with overhead power lines or energized equipment can result in fatal electric shocks. Rigging equipments. Sling. A piece of equipment used to attach a load to a lifting device. Hook. A device used to attach a load to a lifting mechanism. Shackle. A U-shaped fitting with a pin used to connect rigging components. Pulley. A wheel with a grooved rim used to change the direction of a pulling force. Selecting and using lifting equipment. Wire rope slings. Versatile and durable for a wide range of lifting applications. Chain slings. Ideal for heavier loads and rough environments. Synthetic slings. Lightweight and corrosion-resistant for delicate loads. Sling angles and tension. Sling angle. The angle between the sling and the horizontal plane affects the tension and load distribution. Sling tension. Proper tension ensures the load is evenly distributed and the sling is not overloaded. Safe practices. Maintain sling angles within recommended limits and monitor tension to prevent accidents. Identifying lifting equipment. 1. Identification tags. Lifting equipment must have durable tags that clearly display the safe working load, SWL, and working load limit, WLL. 2. Color coding. Color-coded slings and other components indicate the type of material and load rating. 3. Certification. All lifting equipment must be regularly inspected and certified by a competent person to ensure safety. Rigging equipment inspections. Pre-use checks. Riggers must visually inspect all equipment before each use to identify any damage or wear. Periodic inspections. Lifting equipment must undergo thorough periodic inspections by a qualified person at regular intervals. Maintenance records. Detailed maintenance logs must be kept to track the service history and condition of all equipment. Removal from service. Any equipment that fails inspection must be immediately removed from use and repaired or replaced. Course curriculum. 1. The role of the rigger and an introduction to lifting operations. Explain the role and responsibilities of a rigger. Identify typical installation/site responsible roles. Identify and briefly explain typical roles involved in lifting operations. Describe a typical reporting structure for the rigger. List the main health and safety legislation that applies to the rigger. Explain the relevant parts of lifting operations and lifting equipment regulations. Explain the relevant parts of and provision and use of work equipment regulations. Explain key control of work documents and their purpose. Identify and list typical hazards associated with rigging and lifting activities. Explain correct and safe manual handling techniques. 2. Rigging and lifting operations. Explain common rigging terminology. Identify which types of lifting equipment to use for different lifting activities, explain their purpose and how to use the equipment. Identify which types of lifting accessories to use for different lifting activities, explain their purpose and how to use the accessories. Explain sling angles and sling tension. Explain the purpose of inspections and thorough examinations. Explain the load characteristics that affect complexity. Explain the purpose of a risk assessment. Explain the purpose of a lifting plan and how to interpret information from a lifting plan. Identify key criteria of a lifting plan. Conduct a lifting operation working from, and conforming to, detailed criteria contained within a lifting plan. Correctly and safely position and install lifting equipment prior to starting the lifting operation. Explain reasons for informing all relevant parties of impending and ongoing lifting operation. Explain how adverse environmental factors could affect the safety of the lifting operation. Explain how to use identification tags, color codes to establish SWL and WLL and the certification of lifting equipment.
Contact us for more information. You can call us, email us or go through our website, and visit us at this address.